Have you ever felt like you're doing your best, working hard, studying, running around, but prosperity still feels one step ahead? The truth is, prosperity doesn't depend only on what you do, but also on what you carry inside. Today, we're going to talk about 12 emotional and relational habits that quietly and dangerously sabotage your life, without you even noticing. And more importantly, I'll show you how to turn this around. 1. Emotional self-sabotage, the enemy disguised as care. Self-sabotage doesn't scream, it whispers. It hides behind procrastination, fear, discouragement, and makes you believe you're not worthy, or that you're bound to fail. This habit is rooted in old beliefs, usually inherited, that say, you're not enough. But every time you listen to that voice, you're handing your prosperity away. It may wear the mask of perfectionism, caution, or I'm not ready yet. But deep down, it's fear. Fear of failing. Or even worse, fear of succeeding and not knowing how to handle it. You create such perfect excuses, they sound like wisdom. But they're just a pact with your comfort zone. To prosper, you must break the story inside that says you're not worthy, because you are. Right now. 2. Codependent relationships. When loving means losing yourself. You give so much, and still feel empty. That's a sign of codependency, when you believe the other person is more important than yourself. Prosperity needs healthy boundaries. You must say yes to yourself before saying yes to the world. In codependency, you live to fulfill others and forget yourself. You stop being whole just to be half of someone else. You help too much, take the blame for others' failures, and carry responsibilities that aren't yours. But prosperity grows where there's mutual exchange, not dependence. 3. Fear of displeasing others, the prison of needing approval. This habit stops you from making bold decisions. You live to be liked, but forget to live for yourself. You weren't born to be pleasing. You were born to be authentic. And authenticity attracts prosperity. When you always say yes, you're silently saying no to yourself. That's a form of self-forgetting. Prosperity is born from the truth of living your truth, even if that bothers some people. 4. Constant comparison, the thief of joy. Comparing yourself to others is like running a marathon while looking sideways. You trip over your own feet. The only fair comparison is who you were yesterday versus who you choose to be today. When you compare yourself, you destroy your own identity piece by piece. You know you're behind the scenes, but only see the stage of other people's lives. Prosperity comes when you honor your timing, your story, your growth. 5. Living on autopilot, a life without direction. You weren't born to survive. You were born to live. But if you keep living on autopilot, you'll settle for crumbs. Prosperity requires intention, clarity, and direction. Routines are necessary, but autopilot is dangerous. It steals your awareness, your dreams, your purpose. You stop being the lead in your story and become just a background character. It's time to wake up. Prosperity is waiting. 6. Avoiding conflict, when silence makes you die inside. Avoiding conflict isn't peace, it's accumulation. And where resentment builds, prosperity cannot bloom. Speaking with firmness and empathy is liberating. Prosperity loves courage. If you avoid talking, expressing, confronting, you end up feeding chaos inside. Constant silence in the face of injustice is a slow poison. It kills your voice, your essence. Prosperity needs clarity, truth, and positioning. 7. Refusing to ask for help, the weight of pride. You don't have to handle everything alone. True strength isn't carrying everything, it's knowing when to let go and who can help. Support networks are springboards to prosperity. You try to prove that you're strong, independent, self-sufficient, but you end up carrying the world and loneliness. Asking for help is recognizing your humanity, and those who recognize that grow. Prosperity is also about community. It loves partnerships. 8. Negative thinking, the inner voice that sabotages you. What you say to yourself shapes your reality. If your mind is always focused on scarcity, your life will follow the same pattern. Change your inner narrative, and your world will follow. You're not what others say about you. But more dangerously, you're not what you keep repeating to yourself. If your mind is the soil, and your words are the seeds, what have you been planting? Want to harvest prosperity? Plant love. Plant courage. Plant truth. 9. The need to control, fear disguised as organization. Trying to control everything is a way of blocking life from surprising you. But prosperity loves the unexpected. Trust. Do your part, then let the flow take over. You crave control because you fear the unknown. But that's exactly where the magic lives. Too much control suffocates you, and everyone around you. Prosperity needs space for intuition, spontaneity, the new. 10. Lack of self-compassion, cruelty toward yourself. Do you speak to yourself like you would to someone you love? Or do you destroy yourself inside every day? Self-compassion heals. And those who heal, prosper. You forgive everyone, except yourself. But who said making mistakes is the end? Mistakes are how we grow. They're the workshop of evolution. Self-compassion builds self-esteem. And self-esteem is the foundation of prosperity. 11. Toxic relationships, connections that poison you. Some people don't want your light. They prefer to keep you in the shadows with them. To prosper, you must know who should stay, and who must go. Some relationships drain your light. They make you doubt your worth, your potential, your vision. Healthy relationships are fertile soil. Toxic ones are quicksand. Stay away from those who diminish you. Prosperity needs space to grow. 12. Living out of alignment, being in the wrong place. Prosperity doesn't grow in a convenient life. It grows in a meaningful one. When you align with your purpose, nothing can stop you. You can earn money and still feel completely empty inside. What makes your eyes shine? Where is your essence? Your gift to the world? When you reconnect with your purpose, everything around you begins to prosper too. Final words. The key to prosperity. These 12 habits aren't just flaws, they're emotional blocks you can overcome. When you change on the inside, everything around you changes too. Prosperity is waiting for you. And maybe, it begins with the simple choice of starting a new habit, today. Share this message, like the video, and most of all, don't give up on yourself. You were born to prosper.